that. I very much want to get a
The
3D
size
print,
of a state
a
versus the size of a province.
laser engraver.
I think a lot of Americans are actually mad because yes, the distortion of looking at a globe on a flat whatever does make BC look bigger than it is. Also, yes, it's mostly mountainous garbage, not inhabitable, covered in snow or rock that is covered in snow. Yes,
I just don't have the
get
space
it.
But it's
for
huge.
it.
BC's bigger than Texas.
America has the best land, the greatest land.
Yeah, if you
but
ever,
it is
okay,
big.
So if you want to win one, if you want to look at how uninhabitable Canada is, if you look at the population distribution of Canada, we're all snuggling up against that U.S. border. Everybody, no one lives in like most of Canada, or I shouldn't say no one, because now I'm going to piss off a very, very small population of people. But there's a little sprinkling through the rest of it.
90%, it's somewhere between, depending on whether you take your source, depending on whether you source from Quora or InterestingFacts.com, somewhere between 85 and 90% of Canadians apparently live within 100 miles of the U.S. border. So could literally get there within an hour or two.
Yeah.
And yet we don't go there. I'm kidding, we do. We go there for shopping.
Yeah,
It's so
go there
much
for
cheaper.
shopping,
Yeah,
yeah,
we go there all the
it
time. Yeah, we love our neighbor. We love our neighbors to the south. We really do. But our country is bigger. Look, we got nothing else, okay?
It's the only thing we can.
We got rocks.
It's right.
And trees.
And ice.
Lots of ice.
And water. Oh no! Forget that part soon.
Yeah. Ugh. This is great. This Vox headline. Canada is a huge country. Most of it is unfit for human. I love where it gets cut off.
Yeah, it's kind of true though.
Unfit for human.
Yeah.
Human what?
Yeah.
Just human.
You just gotta live at the bottom.
Unfit.
Of it. Yeah.
All right. Okay, but this one's cool though. Brand new and updated inbox. According to reliable leaker Mark Gurman, Apple is planning a system to update sealed iPhones inside their retail stores without ever taking them out of the box. Allegedly, these sealed boxes, this is so cool, will be placed on a proprietary pad-like device that will turn on the iPhone, install the latest updates, and turn it back off.
People are pointing out that New York has like 4 times the population of BC.
California has the population of Canada.
Yeah, we have slightly more than them now, only because we just cranked on immigration for
that's
like
true.
Years.
Yeah.
We were
Then
lower
again,
than California for a long time.
We have no idea how many people actually live in California, though.
That's true. That is true.
These devices will apparently roll out to Apple stores before the end of the year. Can I, for one, say that this is awesome?
It sounds cool.
I love it. And look, I'm sure there's bound to be some creepy things about the mechanism.
I'm a little bit worried about what someone might be able to use something like this for. I don't know how you could use it improperly. I've been trying to rack my brain on that the whole time.
I mean, there could be an attack vector where if you get one of these devices, you can force someone's phone to update to a particular version of iOS that maybe has some exploit that you can take advantage of.
And because you can turn it on, even someone who thinks their phone is like off and safe, you could still do, I don't know.
Or something. But based on that, you have to have physical access to the phone. By which time,
do you?
Pretty much, yeah. It seems like it. Yeah, it's a pad that you put it on.
Oh.
So presumably, it's also transmitting wireless power. So I would guess that their packaging will maybe have the phone close enough to the bottom that it could get. Because you don't want to run you don't want to run an update on a phone, sight unseen, having no idea how much battery power it has.
Yeah.
So unless you had like an NFC chip or an RFID chip of some sort,
through, because I feel like if you have it that close, you're just asking for damage.
Oh, it shouldn't be. Hard to say. I mean, you won't need much power.
Yeah.
And while it's way more effective in very, very close proximity, you can transmit wireless power over a short distance. I mean, maybe they don't need to. Maybe they could just have an RFID chip in there that says, hey, I've got X amount of battery or whatever. And as long as they can read that, then they wouldn't accidentally update something that would then get bricked because it loses power mid-update or something like that.
Danny says there's far too many server handshakes with an iOS that put over your phone. It's just not going to be usable. My problem with it is the access at all. Not necessarily the update. I don't know. I'm not sure like how this could be used. It's new. And therefore concerned. I haven't come up with anything in particular yet. Like I said, I'm just like worried.
Yeah, and that's not a completely irrational thing. And honestly, the scenario that I gave is probably not realistic. I don't even think iOS supports being flashed back to previous versions, for example. I don't know.
It sounds sweet though. Like I think it's cool. I would like to see a lot of devices get this eventually.
I mean, it's funny to me not only that this doesn't exist just everywhere, but how easily rectified so many cases of devices arriving out of date could be. Like, if you buy a computer, right? We secret shop companies sometimes. We secret shopped some PC companies very recently. We're not going to cover this until part 4. So part 1 is shopping, part 2 is arrival, evaluation of packing materials, first impressions. Part 3 is, support. Part 3 is support, and then part 4 is performance and the actual kind of a micro review of every system where we go, okay, how much bloat is on it, how out of date are the drivers of the box. We update everything before we run any benchmarks because from our point of view, we're evaluating the hardware and we are certainly going to dock points for the bad experience of having to update your own software when it should have just been updated in the first place. But we're not going to intentionally send or like kneecap an RTX 4070 with launch drivers when a 6800 XT or whatever the equivalent would be, 6800 or something like that, when a 6800 gets to run the latest drivers and we're going to say, oh yeah, it was a bad computer. GeForce Experience would have prompted you for an automatic update. It would have become a better computer. So we're not going to do anything like that. Yeah. But we will dock points, and it is something that we see a lot. Devices shipping with completely out-of-date drivers. That's not even the most ridiculous one, because that's pretty explainable. That PC has been sitting in a box in a Best Buy for 3 months, or whatever the case may be. The one that really blows my mind is when I download a piece of software off of the developer's website,
I know where he's going.
I launch it, and I am immediately prompted to update it. What the was the point of me downloading it? That's like when you install a game off the disk. Okay, it's 60 gigs. You painstakingly wait for those files to copy. You go to launch it, and it prompts you for a 60 gig fucking update.
Hey, we're gonna update
what
the whole
was
game.
the point of anything we just did? Nothing.
Yeah.
Steam. Why don't I just download the latest version of Steam? Okay. No. Hold on. No, there could be a reason. No. Okay, what if?
Wrong.
What if somebody managed to replace the Steam installer executable on steampower.com with a piece of malware? Or with something that is compromised. If Valve doesn't update it very frequently and just has a thing that basically serves only one purpose, and that is to be an application that runs on your computer that downloads the latest version of Steam from their servers and handshakes with them, then theoretically there could be a security benefit there. I came up with something. No?
I don't think it's very good.
Well, no, I don't. Look. Obviously, I hate this. I think it's a horrible practice, but I'm trying to come up with something. Just for me, old and Brooklyn chat says, okay, the most secure way. You download a downloader that downloads the installer that downloads the updates, and then installs them. But I don't know.
People in chat are saying that the Steam download's only about like 2 megabytes or something, and then it downloads and installs.
Yeah, okay, so that example, but there are certainly things like this. Barbarian, love Barbarian, great tool. You download it from the official mirror, and then are immediately prompted to update it every single time. Why? What is the point of any of this? I don't understand. See if anyone. Yeah.
Either way, though, I think this tech is cool.
And like overall, by the way, I'm like super supportive of developers updating their software. Like, yeah, you know, issue an update whenever you got, you know, new cool stuff to add or whatever. I'm not complaining about that. I just thought it'd be really cool if I went directly to your website rather than a third party and I download the latest version of your software. If it was actually the latest version of your software.
I think Avon Fox might have nailed the block process.
Yeah.
Risk management, if you only have a stable generation name download, it actually breaks the
That's fair. Probably it. Yeah, you didn't have anyone who is authorized to you wouldn't have anyone who's authorized to switch players, but are not authorized to switch players. There's some kind of disconnect there when the web team had a single point of had a single bottleneck, someone who's allowed to update the files or whatever, and no, I think that's probably the most likely thing. Yeah, oh man, Windows updates. Oh, that makes me so frustrated. When you check for updates and it's like, here's everything, and you install it all, and then it's like, you're all up to date, and then you reboot or something, or look at it sideways or sneeze or something, and then you like click it again, and it's like, here's 42 more updates. What you couldn't.
Might have been made by us. We don't sell it.
How am I gonna explain this one? You gotta tell Mom.
Anywho.
I'm not drinking right now.
Sorry.
Not the right time.
So.
My table.
Are we supposed to pull this or like what? Back to this thing.
You know what they're gonna say. I understand your argument.
Yeah.
So is it not overcomable? It's not going to be a thing?
Well, okay. No, well, we're taking community feedback. And, like, this is the danger, right? Because I know what you people are going to say.
They're all just going to want it.
You're going to say, yeah, do it.
Them falling out too easily is a problem.
But I don't want to, like, I don't want to trust me, bro, guarantee this. Because I know it's not going to last forever. And I hate manufacturing.
Oh, so it's just going to get weaker over time? That's the problem?
Yeah, everything does, right? But at least, with something like clothing, we can test for that. We can say, okay, well, here's what we think is sort of a reasonable lifespan for a garment. Whereas something that holds your tools and just sits and holds them and is like kind of stretched out eventually. Yeah, I don't want it to wear. I don't want to be buying a new one all the time. And I feel like these would be relatively disposable, is my concern. And no, there would not be a way for us to alter this paradigm.
This might be too much information for the show, but do you have a price estimate?
Oh, they'd be, I don't know, like in volumes of 1, they'd probably be like $10 for this and the lanyard. I suspect that this would be a product where if you bought 5 of them, we'd probably